Hey everyone, it's Friday. I have to think about that. It's Friday's Chat with Mac. We're glad to have you. Thank you for everyone that listens and looks at our videos. I actually met someone last week that really likes our video. Connor, if you're looking, thank you so much for your input. We really appreciate you. For those of you that are new to what we do, welcome, welcome, welcome. And everyone, please subscribe. We love making this content, and we would love if you can just pass word around about what we're doing. Nadeem, how's it going, sir?
Oh, it's doing. I'm doing great. I'm tired, but I'm doing great. I'm back in
Yeah,
town.
so
I'm
you were
happy.
out of town all last week.
So I was at. There's an event called Schnizfest, and I was. It's basically an MSP event where MSPs from around the world get together, and we think of it like holding each other accountable, right? So that's what we do here.
Mm.
And one of the interesting things that I wanted to share is we've all been hit by this shortage, the supply chain shortage, right?
Yeah.
I mean, especially networking hardware is so hard to come by. Companies are taking, six stuff that we could overnight now is taking 6 months or a year to get shipped out.
Yeah.
So what are some companies doing out there? So you've probably heard of Datto. Everybody's probably heard of Datto. They make software for MSPs, right? And recently Datto got acquired by Kaseya. So one of the things that Datto had was they also make networking hardware. So when Kaseya acquired Datto, they really focused on how they can improve this supply chain issue. So now they're in a place where they have networking hardware in stock and they can ship it, overnight it anywhere in the US. And that was something refreshing. That was, I think, the best news that I heard was that somebody was actually proactively doing something about the supply chain shortage.
Yeah.
So we always, say things about Kaseya and this and that, and some people say good things, some people say bad things. But I think this is really Kaseya trying to help everybody, and it's not just about gaining market share, because MSPs are really hurting. I mean, we have like some hardware, we have to wait about a year before it gets shipped. And and throughout that year, we don't get an ETA when the stuff is going to be shipped. So it's a real problem. I mean, projects are backlogged, they're getting stuck. So, I think somebody stepping up to the plate and getting things done and telling us at Schnizfest that they have this hardware in stock, I think that's really refreshing. I think that's a good thing.
So now, because I remember, man, good Lord, maybe it was last year, Nadeem telling people, listen, if you're going to get some hardware, get it now. I mean, you were telling people that a year and a half ago, and here we are still, with the supply chain issue, impacting so many MSPs. Is there any relief in sight? I mean, is this what Datto's doing part of that relief? Do you think maybe see anything else that will help MSPs deal with this? Because, man, this is something else.
So everyone is having these issues, and companies from Cisco, HP, Aruba, I mean, all the major companies are having issues. And now also, these companies, they have a lot of muscle and a lot of power.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is to see a much smaller company being able to come up with a creative solution to fix the problem, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like right now, even now, we have back ordered stuff with HP and Cisco, and I mean, I'm not talking about a week. I'm talking months of backlog.
Yeah.
So, it's like David and Goliath type thing. In this situation, a much smaller company is able to figure out a creative solution, and that's what I like, because that's what we like to do here at PCSN is create this these creative solutions for small business, because for large enterprises, no big deal. They can throw money at the problem. But for a small business, you can't just keep throwing money at the problem. You have to, find solutions that are not going to cost you an arm and a leg. And that's what we do. And it's nice to see somebody else doing the same thing, solving an actual problem, and not just saying, oh, we're going to triple the price of our hardware, and oh, by the way, we have it in stock. That's not the name of the game, right?
Yeah. So, as far as, the hardware thing is concerned, yeah, it does it, and maybe a lot of people don't understand how this works because, is it more along the lines of, hey, how do we get ahead of this? There's no telling what's going to happen, once all of this finally blows over, if you will. Is there a way for a smaller company to get ahead of anything like this happening again?
Well, so it's a matter of signing the deals with the right companies. The problem is a multifold problem. One is in manufacturing. There's just a shortage of people in manufacturing. Second is ports. Over here is one thing, but if you go to China, there are ships that can't even dock.
Yeah.
And if the ship can't dock, the ship can't get loaded, it cannot sail this way.
Yeah.
And that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
So all this is kind of, just a perfect storm. I don't think this is a short-term fix coming for this. This is going to probably get us well into 2024.
Jeez. Because there's something does this make an argument for more virtualized machinery, servers, all of that, or is there always going to be a need for a physical whatever?
Yeah, so I mean, here's the thing. Even when you talk about virtual stuff, it has to run on something physical.
True.
Even when we're talking about cloud, these cloud machines, we talk to customers and we say, okay, yeah, we can spin up a machine in the cloud, no problem. That machine, that virtual machine is still running on a physical server sitting in a data center somewhere. Yeah. What the cloud does is it makes it scalable. And that's what the cloud is, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, there's a piece of hardware in a server room somewhere, whether it's a data center or whatever it is. So at the end of the day, there has to be some hardware where this stuff runs on. Now, the trick would be to find and use chips that are readily available, that we don't have a shortage of, and being able to go through R&D and do that design using chips that are available, and then getting it to market, right? So if we can solve that, I think we can get ahead of it. But at the end of the day, it's people that are doing a lot of this fab work.
Yeah.
And if people are not coming into work, fabrication is not happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then it's kind of snowballs because people are not coming into work in the fab factories. They're not coming into work in the ports. So there's a shortage throughout, and that's what causes the problem, and it just kind of multiplies. So I think we'll catch up, but I think it's going to be like maybe later half of 24 when we start to see some improvement in things.
Wow. Yeah. Whole nother year.
So that was just a little insight on what I was doing, where I was. I haven't had much sleep. You can probably look at my face. I think my mom said my eyes were swollen or something. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't had much sleep. So until next time, everybody have a good day. And like Max said, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, because it really helps us out. And we'll make sure we keep creating this content. I mean, I'm so happy when I hear, people that I meet at these events and they say, oh yeah, Nadeem, I know you, you make those videos. And I'm like, I just make them because it's fun for me, but I'm happy to see, people get some good info out of them that they can implement in real world scenarios, and it helps make their job easier. So that's what we want to see.
I love it. Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. And I'm going to go to bed here shortly. Have a nice weekend.
All right. See you guys.